Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show. And in this Cricket Happening Show, well, I'm out here to preview the fourth and final test match which is going to be starting between India and England, which is going to be played at the Vidarbha, at Vidarbha, that is in Nagpur. I'll talk about that later, but first I'm going to talk about some very great news which is happening in the Big Bash League. Now this is something very, very surprising for everybody, but it's not a surprise to me because it's Lasith Malinga of Sri Lanka playing for the Melbourne Stars, bowled out the Perth Scorchers for just 69. In fact, Lasith Malinga went on to become the second player in the history of domestic T20 to take the most number of wickets. He took 6 wickets for just 7 runs. In fact, if he had just lost the world record by just two runs, I suppose, because the record actually in 2020 stands in the name of Arul Supaiya from Somerset, who is an all-rounder. It stands in his name, in fact, Lasith Malinga gave Melbourne Stars a great victory. As you know, Lasith Malinga took 6 wickets for 7 runs, becoming the second player in all-time domestic T20s to do so. And as I said, he just missed the mark. And Perth Scorchers, and you know, what happened was in Big Bash League, this is the first time in a domestic T20 any team has been bowled out for such a score, because the lowest score in the Australian T20 domestic was 71, which was made by New South Wales. Thanks to Lasith Malinga bowling splendidly, he actually eclipsed that particular mark, in the sense the Australians, New South Wales had made 71 all out, but today the Perth Scorchers were all out for 69. This was the lowest total in domestic T20 in Australia, and it was all responsible, the man responsible for that was the Sri Lankan pace spearhead Lasith Malinga, just cutting through the Perth Scorchers innings like a knife through butter. Malinga 6 wickets for 7 runs, and Melbourne Stars winning the match with Duckworth Lewis method because of rain, because Melbourne Stars were 29 for no loss, with Luke Wright slamming 23 not out when rain stopped play. But what was good was Perth Scorchers out for 69. Melbourne Stars in the Big Bash League going to a victory by the Duckworth Lewis method by 10 wickets, but Lasith Malinga was the star of the show. Well, so I'm now returning back to the preview as I promised between India and England. It's all building up now. As you know, the team under pressure are the Indians, because the Indians on their home ground have been tamed by the Englishmen. I mean, anything, whether it is pace, Anderson comes in. If it is spin, it is Graham Swan and Monty Patterson taking 19 wickets in the match in Mumbai. So looking at that, India, it's a big question mark. India have made wholesale changes in their team. They have dropped Yuvraj Singh. They have dropped the pace spearhead Zahir Khan. And also they have also dropped one more player. I'm trying to recollect who it is. Well, for Zahir Khan it was Parvind Ravana who was included. Piyush Chawla came into the team, and then we also had, now what is going to be the team composition, because it is very vital for India, because a lot of things have been said and done. People have been calling, a lot of the former selectors have been calling, former captains and former players have been calling for Dhoni's head, well, this is a real test of nerves for Dhoni. Dhoni is such a cool as a cucumber customer. He has already said that, you know, when the chips are down, it brings out the best in him. And well, for India, it's a lot of pressure for them. There's no doubt about that. For India, Gautam Gambhir, it's almost 3 years since he has scored a century in Test cricket. So is that going to happen? It is definitely has to happen, because Virendra Sehwag has been doing his work, but Gautam Gambhir, even though he's getting his 50s, it's very essential that as an opener Gautam Gambhir goes on to make a century, because it's almost 3 years I hear that Gautam Gambhir has not made a century, and that's not good news. Cheteshwar Pujara, well, he has to really guard himself against the run out. That's the only way England are getting his wicket. So it's very essential that Cheteshwar Pujara does not get run out in the fourth and final test at Nagpur. And whether Cheteshwar Pujara can keep that away and, you know, stay there. If he stays there, well, he's going to accumulate runs for sure. Sachin Tendulkar. Now, Sachin Tendulkar, how is he going to play? Well, he showed glimpses of form with his 76 the other day, but whether Sachin Tendulkar can transform that, can he continue in that same vein? but it looks like a lot of things are on the downside for Sachin Tendulkar, because he was out to a very a ball which probably one would have never even expected Sachin Tendulkar to get out when he was out to Graham Swan. Virat Kohli, unfortunately for India, has been a total failure in this series, which is something which has really set back India a great deal, according to me, in this series. Virat Kohli, on whom lots of hopes rested, he has not been firing at all. So that is very essential, that all the chips, all the pieces of jigsaw puzzle come together for India in this fourth test in Nagpur. So Virat Kohli, one will be looking forward to him for a great knock. Well, Ajinkya Rahane has been included in place of Yuvraj Singh. Ajinkya Rahane has been scoring well. He has a good average in the domestic tourneys. Ajinkya Rahane can bring he definitely has the capability. He has shown that in England in some matches he has played. So Ajinkya Rahane will probably strengthen that middle order a real great deal, according to me. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni, well, it is high time that Mahendra Singh Dhoni does something with the bat, because even though he's scoring 50s, one is expecting a big knock from Mahendra Singh Dhoni. And then as far as spinners are concerned, it's always been Ravichandran Ashwin and Pragyan Oja. Pragyan Oja has been the toast of the Indian team as far as the spin bowling is concerned. Ravichandran Ashwin has been really complimenting well, but Ravichandran Ashwin for India, that is a real investment, because Ravichandran Ashwin is turning out to be a very good all-rounder now. He already has a century and 91 under his belt. Probably, I mean, in his career, I mean to say. So Ravichandran Ashwin would be something of a real asset for India, along with Pragyan Oja. And whether India, India right now, if you see, the pace reserves are absolutely depleted. There's no pace. The pace spearhead Zahir Khan. There is no Umesh Yadav because of injury. And then we have more problems, as Ishant Sharma is the only pace spearhead. And whether only Ishant Sharma, who would be sharing the new ball with Ishant Sharma? So that is a big question mark. I'm sure we should have one more pace bowler who could actually use the new cherry with Ishant Sharma. Who is going to bowl? There are no pace bowlers. Probably Sachin Tendulkar has to be given a trundle, but one does not know. It's very essential that India includes a pace bowler, whether Ashok Dinda would come into the team and partner Ishant Sharma, or whether Dhoni might like to get Ajinkya Rahane out and probably bring in Ravindra Jadeja into the team. He became the first person in Indian domestic history to score 3 triple centuries in domestic tournaments. Whether he can come in, because he would be chipping in. He's a very good fielder and he's a very good left arm spinner too. So that will be a lot of variety. Whether Ajinkya Rahane, well, Ajinkya Rahane can also bowl, let me tell you that. But I think Ravindra Jadeja should be the option, because he's more experienced. Whether Mahendra Singh Dhoni would be tempted to do that. But as I said, Ishant Sharma has to be partnered by Ashok Dinda. So probably Piyush Chawla might be the one who will be left out. Whether one has to wait and watch whether India actually strengthen the batting order or they go for the bowling. I think it's only better to bowl out England. So I think it should be the bowling which should be taking the the onus should be on the bowling. So well, but for India, it's, as I said, they have to win this and level the series to at least hold their head high, at least save themselves, because if England win, then I think it is something which would be happening after a gap of many years. 1984-85 was the last time that England won in India, so it's quite a long gap. But well, if they win, that would be a Pyrrhic victory, for a very historical victory for England in the series, taking them 3-1. Whether India can stop them in their tracks, now that is the question. Even though it is being played in India, one is prompted to say that whether India can stop England from taking it 3-1. As far as England are concerned, well, they have everything going for themselves. Alistair Cook is on a big role right now. He is a complete player, and he would be going down as one of the greats now, because he's very young and he's the captain of the team. He's leading them by example. He has everything going his way right now, and he's been absolutely supported by the batsmen, the bowlers, whether it's the spinners, pace bowlers, everything going his way. Nick Compton, they have given him a good run there, England, I thought, and he has done a great job in holding his innings, staying there, very good technique. The nephew of Dennis Compton has been doing a wonderful job. Jonathan Trott has just run into form the previous match, as you know, so that is good news for England. Kevin Peterson in some very good form. He made that big nap the other day. Ian Bell coming into the team, it greatly strengthens the team. And then Samit Patel, whether Samit Patel is going to play because there's no Stuart Broad, and more injury problems for England because Stuart Broad is injured. There's no Stephen Finn, so that is not a good news for England because Stephen Finn would have made a good combination, bowled well in the previous test. So James Anderson would be probably partnered by Tim Bresnan. So Tim Bresnan will bring that batting ability for England. Matt Pratt, the wicketkeeper, is in some good form. He does well with the bat always. And then they have the spinners. The spinners are the ones to watch: Graham Swan and Monty Panesar, whether they once again weave a web around the Indians and pick up the wickets. And they say that the pitch might spin, so India might be prompted to go in to have a very good variety in the spin, with Pragyan Oja, left arm spinner, Ravichandran Ashwin, the offie, and Piyush Chawla, the right arm leg spinner. They're going to do that, but Ishan Sharma will be left with nobody to share the new ball. But I have a feeling that Ishan Sharma should have Ashok Dinda at the other end, or Parvind Ravana should make his debut. Has been doing well in Ranji Trophy, so that he shares the new cherry with Ishan Sharma, and then the spinners come into the fore. What is Dhoni's ploy, one does not know, but whatever it is, they have to stop England. And as far as England are concerned, they would be definitely wanting to paste India in this particular test match and take it 3-1, whether they can do that. But the spinners would be the three: Graham Swan and Monty Panesar, how they do. So, but all in all, it looks to be, and I'm told the weather is absolutely fine there. The temperatures are going to be in the low 30s, so we should have a good game on hand. And well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, as I said, whether it is going to be a 3-1 to England, or whether it is going to be 2-2, or whether it is going to stay 2-1 and England take the series, what's going to happen, we will know when the things unfold itself at the Vidarbha Cricket Association Stadium here in Nagpur tomorrow. India versus England. As you know, this is the fourth and final test match. This is the last test. This will decide, and this is the final test of the series. Well, one has to wait and watch what really pans out. But all in all, it's going to be a great affair. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show for today. See you all tomorrow with a cricket report on the first day's play probably. Thanks for your company and thanks for watching Cricket Happenings. Your host Ram signing off. Thank you.